LeBron James admits 10-point streak almost ended 361 games earlier. Children grew into men. The iPhone was launched and practically the world changed before LeBron James' 10-point streak came to an end this season. It happened against the Toronto Raptors in a poetic manner, as the Akron Hammer assisted Rui Hachimura for the game winner. However, before that moment there were several close calls. One that stands out to James happened in 2021. On the Mind the Game podcast, James discussed a game against the Atlanta Hawks where the Lakers were also without Anthony Davis. He had 8 points, after which he rolled his ankle under Solomon Hill, causing immense pain. But his ability to outlast such ailments was a big reason his streak lasted. I've had this routine of okay, you feel it, but let's just tighten the shoes. Let's tighten the shoes up a little bit tighter, and let's get going, James said about handling any ankle injury on Mind the Game. In this game, a firm grip on his ankle to avoid uncontrolled movement allowed James to play a few possessions and hit a three-pointer to keep the streak alive. However, he didn't stop after that by choice. Tightening his shoelaces only highlighted the severity of the injury he had picked up. My legs just started getting really, really hot, James added. And I couldn't barely run. And I had to come out of the game. And basically, long story short, I think I was out maybe 4 to 6 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Had James not been able to briefly continue, the streak would have stopped at 1,035 games. It went for a few more years and ended naturally, probably how James would have wanted it to. But the thing is, he never approached every game thinking he needs to maintain a standard. The 10-point streak was always an afterthought for LeBron James. LeBron James prides himself on giving his team the best chance to win. For years, winning relied heavily on his scoring production, which would open up opportunities for his teammates when he passed them the ball. However, against the Raptors, James knew he was out of rhythm. He had only just returned from injury. So, sitting at 8 points with a chance to win, he had every reason to try and force a shot. But had he done that, LeBron James would be going against everything he holds. I never went to the game during the streak, saying, okay, I have to get 10 points. I have to keep this streak going. It would be a disservice to me in the way I play the game. And it showed in how the streak ended on how I've always played the game. It's just how can we win, James explained. And that's exactly what showed in that moment. It wasn't his greatest performance, but LeBron James still made the right play. While the streak ended, the Lakers won, so James felt nothing about it. The anticipation was only from fans and analysts, never from the 4-time champion. And since then he's yet to score under double digits. The rhythm is coming back, with James recently scoring a season-high 36. It's inevitable that in a historic year 23, James will break more records. But to him, even if he doesn't, and the Lakers win, he will take that. Rich Paul uses Michael Jordan example to defend LeBron James from criticism over Christmas Day comments. Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James has come under a little bit of fire for his recent comments about playing on Christmas Day. The Lakers' clash with the Houston Rockets on Thursday will mark the 20th time that James has played on December 25th in the NBA. But he admitted he'd rather be at home with his family instead. While James did also mention it's an honor to get to play, the comments didn't go down too well in some corners. The 40-year-old's agent Rich Paul was asked about the comment and the reaction to it on his Game Over podcast, and he came to his client's defense by bringing up Michael Jordan. What I also saw him say was, "I'm looking forward to it," Paul said. People skip over that. And he also said that it's something that he's honored to be able to do. But if you asked me what I would rather do, yeah, I would rather be with my family, just like anybody else would rather be with their family. But the problem I got with that is, Paul continued, if that was anybody else that said that in that capacity, it would have been, shrugs. 10 years from now you'll play that tape on somebody, or you'll see MJ say that to Ahmad Rashad, shrugs. And people would be like, shrugs. Paul did acknowledge that most of the reactions he saw to the comments were positive. Many fans were understanding of James' perspective, but some of his critics will always find a way to rip him. As for Paul saying no one would have particularly minded if Jordan had said this, that might be true. Then again, it's hard to picture the Chicago Bulls icon ever saying anything along these lines. All we've ever heard Jordan talk about over the years is how much he loves basketball and how he wanted to play whenever he could. Jordan only played 6 Christmas Day games in his career, 5-1 record, though which might surprise some. He excelled when given the opportunity, averaging 28.3 points, 8.0 rebounds, 4.0 assists, 2.8 steals, and 1.3 blocks per game. As for James, he has put up 26.7 points, 7.5 rebounds, 7.2 assists, 1.5 steals, and 0.7 blocks per game on December 25 over the years. He will be in search of his 12th win when the Lakers take on the Rockets. The Christmas of Savannah James and the sacrifice behind LeBron's success. The NBA considers Christmas one of the most special dates on its calendar, a day designed to captivate fans with marquee matchups and the presence of its biggest stars on the court. In recent years, however, the league has faced increased competition as the NFL has also scheduled games on that same holiday, intensifying the battle for attention. For LeBron James, now in his 23rd season in the league, Christmas has long been associated with basketball obligations. He knows that the arrival of Santa Claus often finds him inside his team's locker room rather than at home. He is not alone in that experience, as his wife, Savannah, and their children have also grown accustomed to spending the holiday around arenas and hotels. The wife of the king has learned how to adapt her household to hotel rooms in cities across the country, accompanying the superstar on Christmas Day. Over the years, Savannah has managed to preserve the holiday spirit wherever they happen to be, ensuring that the essence of Christmas remained intact despite the unusual circumstances. Savannah James knows how to keep her family in the Christmas spirit. Her children are now older, but Savannah recalled the many logistical maneuvers required when the family traveled during the holidays to attend LeBron's Christmas games, all while making sure the festive feeling was never lost. Maintaining traditions on the road was not easy, but it became part of their routine. On her podcast Everybody's Crazy, alongside her friend and co-host April McDaniels, Savannah openly shared her feelings about how the NBA has often complicated her ability to celebrate Christmas at home. James has played in 19 NBA games on Christmas Day, 18 of them consecutively, and he will do so again in 2025, when the Los Angeles Lakers host the Houston Rockets at Crypto.com Arena. Bronny and Bryce James experienced their father's absence on Christmas while growing up, which may explain why the holiday is not Savannah's favorite day of the year. She said of her preferred celebration, before adding about Christmas. Regarding how the family typically spends Christmas Day and what they eat, Savannah explained. LeBron James would have preferred a different Christmas. According to what Savannah shared, she would have preferred staying home with her husband and children to enjoy the holiday together. LeBron himself echoed that sentiment. LeBron James compares Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to prime James Harden, reveals how to stop him. Oklahoma City Thunder superstar point guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been looking almost unstoppable this season. The reigning MVP extended his streak of scoring 20-plus points to a staggering 100 consecutive games in last night's 119-103 win over the Memphis Grizzlies. So, it's safe to say that most teams have no clue how to stop SGA, but LeBron James might be onto something. You've got to keep him off the free throw line, which is hard, James said on the Mind the Game podcast. Like I said, he uses these angles. He knows how to manipulate the game in a good way. He knows what to do, what not to do. He's always looking for hands, arms, and elbows if you're in his space. That's just our game right now. You've got to respect it. It's the James Harden, how James was when James was dominant in Houston. So the more you could try to keep him off the free throw line, it helps because he's going to make his field goals. He further explained while drawing parallels between Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and LA Clippers star James Harden. The Los Angeles Lakers veteran does have a point, as both guards do have a lot of similarities in their gameplay. Apart from being efficient scorers and floor raisers, both James Harden and Gilgeous-Alexander also know how to get to the free throw line. While many might debate that the Beard doesn't try to draw fouls as much as the defending NBA champion, they are quite similar in many ways. Nonetheless, apart from that, arguably the most important thing that James revealed in his statement was how to stop the Thunder point guard. This season, the 27-year-old has been averaging around 9.5 free throw attempts per game, which is only lower than two players in the entire league, Luka Doncic, 12.1, and Deni Avdija, 9.7. So, it's pretty clear that most teams haven't done a great job at stopping Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and as a result of this, the Thunder are sitting at the summit of the Western Conference with a 26-3 record. The solution? As LeBron James pointed out, defenders need to stop making unnecessary contact with him. Nonetheless, until they figure that out, the league MVP continues to draw praise. Mark Daigneault praises Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, calls him ruthless. The Oklahoma City Thunder have been steamrolling past teams this season, and a huge reason why is obviously Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. As we mentioned, the star point guard reached a major milestone last night against the Grizzlies. Well, apart from that, he's been playing at an MVP level pretty much throughout the season. So much so that Thunder's head coach Mark Daigneault couldn't help but laud his star player.